Hey, it's Michelle Butt, and it's time for another Face Life Friday. And today's video is really a public service announcement because what I want to remind you today doesn't specifically have to do with facial intelligence, but what it does have to do is the mindset behind why facial intelligence is such a valuable tool, especially if you're in business. So if you sell a product or if you sell a service, it really doesn't matter what you're selling. It matters who's buying it. So the person at the other end of the transaction is always a person. So even if somebody just shops from you online, they are still a person. And your marketing and your messaging and your whole package has to be with the person in mind. And you have to remember that you are a person. So you have a face, you have a personality, you have values, you have a take on the world, and you have a perspective on the service and the product that you sell that is a human perspective. And I want you to always remember to take that into consideration. Who you are that is selling your product, and that whoever is buying your product is a person. Even if you're someone who pitches to corporate clients or corporations, you are not selling to the corporation, you are selling to the people who are in that corporation. There is always a person at the other end of a transaction. And that is why facial intelligence is such an important tool to me, and why I teach you about it, and why I share it, and why I talk about it everywhere. It's because it reminds us to look at people differently, to look at ourselves and have some greater understanding about who we are based on what this square piece of real estate or round or oval or heart-shaped piece of real estate tells you about who you are and how you move through the world. And on the other end of any transaction, whether it's online or in person, there is a human being that has a perspective that you need to consider in your positioning, your marketing, and even in understanding how their point of view may be different or similar to yours. So that is my public service announcement, that in all transactions, there are people at both ends of the spectrum, and we have to remember that and take that into account in our interactions, and even just in our thinking about how to connect with them, whether we actually ever see them or not. So that is it for today's Face Life Friday. I will see you next week. Bye for now.